What it do, what it do, what it do, what it do, lineage, what's going on? This is your brother Chief Colonizers with another video, man. This one is not going to be long, all right? So I'm tired, so let me just go ahead and, give y'all the, experience. One of the experiences that is, let me make sure I have audio on here, right? All right, so I'm tired. Got audio on Facebook, so we good to go. So let me tell y'all what happened, man. Okay, so what date was that? Sometime last year, right? Sometime last year. What it's been, yeah. This August gave it over a year. So I'm gonna get right into the story. You feel me? For those of you who missed the live, you'll have to catch the replay. Okay, the recording. So sometime last year, I was traveling, to Mount Vernon. Okay, and for those of you who know Brooklyn, who know New York, I was actually traveling. What it do? What it do? What it do? Kick rocks. All right. I was traveling, bed towards Bedford. I think I must have been going west. Okay. And when I got to Bedford and Parkside, I was making a left, right? But it was like in the evening time, right? Kind of like evening night. It was dark. Okay. So when I'm approaching the light, the light literally about to turn yellow, you know what I'm saying? So I figure I have enough time, you know what I'm saying? Plus I'm making a left. All right. So I went through the yellow light and I made a left. I made that left, boom. Police pull me over on marked cars. All right. On my car, pull me over, driver's license, etc., insurance, whatever. No insurance, just driver's license. Give the information, right? Didn't say anything, came back, gave me a ticket. Cool. I didn't stress it. I took the ticket. Anyway, they gave me a court date, right? Now the system, the way they have it set up now, is like you cannot send no type of paperwork, at least out here in the DMV in Brooklyn, before you were able to get a court date, you know what I'm saying, and you could get information to to send your notice, before you appear, before the court. So anyway, long story short, I went to the court, I wrote up a notice, and I went to the court, and I'm talking about last year, all right, last year August. So I went to the court at least an hour and a half to 2 hours early, so I could go to the clerk and make sure the judge get my notice. You feel me? But they was like, well, we got to reschedule. I was like, cool, so let's reschedule. You know what I'm saying? Like, but they so busy, they didn't reschedule me until this year. So I'm talking about it's been a year. Okay, so as you know, I just came back, from London. Okay, so I got the letter in the mail. Oh, well, you have to come to court that day. If you don't come, you know the threats. If you don't show up, well, they're gonna do this, they're gonna do that, take your license and all type of stuff. So last night, I sat down, I wrote my notice because they once again they are not putting information so that you could send information to the judge so that my paperwork could precede me. All right. So, but I'm not stressing that. I did the same thing. I wrote up my notice, went to the court an hour before so I could make an attempt to give it. But guess what? They ain't got no clerk. So I have to wait until 1 o'clock to go before the judge. All right. So I said, cool, no big deal, right? You know me. I'm in my, of course, I'm in my indigenous attire, you know what I'm saying? So let me see if I could show y'all how I went up in there. I mean, to me, it really didn't make a difference anyway, because like I said, I don't play these games, but whenever, I'm always, representing, not representing, I'm always presenting who I am. You see what I'm saying? So I'm walking up in there. Let me show you the picture. Give me 1 second. And these people are funny, man. They are funny, like for real. They are funny. Okay. I'll tell you exactly what happened. Give me 1 second. Let me show you the picture. How I was dressed when I went up in there earlier. Let me see. Yep, here we go. Okay. Let me go ahead and share my screen. And I'm saying all that to say is, I always, I'm always in my indigenous attire for the most part, something to show that, hey, this is who I am. You feel me? So this is the picture of me. I mean, I've been getting some sun, and I'm telling you, man, I love the complexion, man. That, ooh, man. But anyway, that's how I went up in the court today, right? That's the picture right here. Went up in there, and I'm like, I was ready. You know, that energy, you could see it in my eyes, man. Like, for real. It's like, I'm not here to play games with y'all. For real, for real. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so when I went in, right, the lady was like, do you have ID? I was like, nah. And the truth is, I forgot my ID. It wasn't intentional. All right. I was just rushing out. So I forgot the ID, right? So she was like, well, you know, we got a problem. We can't move on. I was like, well, I have a picture of my ID. But I said, I have a picture of the ID, not my ID, the ID. And she was like, can I see it? So I gave it to her. All right. She said, cool. She was like, well, here, sign this. I was like, what's this? She was like, well, you have to, you know, sign, you know, say whether you're guilty or you're pleading, either you're pleading guilty or not guilty, and you have to sign it. I said, listen, miss, you know, but she was, I guess she was like the assistant right there, right? So I said, miss, I'm not a defendant. I'm not a defendant. I'm not a plaintiff, and I'm not here for no plea. You see what I'm saying? So she was like, well, and then right as soon as I said that, the judge was walking in, you know, some Jewish Caucasian lady. She walked in, right? So she was like, well, you know, does he have ID? She said, no. She was like, well, he showed me a picture of the ID. The lady was like, does it look like him? Is it him? She said, yes. So anyways, the judge was like, well, you know, you got to sign this. I'm like, no, I don't want to sign this because I'm not here to plea anything. I'm not taking no plea. I'm not here to make a plea. You know what I'm saying? So she was like, well, you have to. I said, really? I said, okay, well, since I'm being, you know, forced to do it, I will sign it, you know, and reserve my right. And I put on the duress, you know, on the document, I signed 1-308 reserved and all rights reserved, right? So I sat down. Now let me show you how. And one thing, I'm going to say this, right? And I always have to say this because I have to make my disclaimer. Not all police officers are bad. All right. In every aspect of life, you have good and bad. But some of these police officers, they overdo it. And I'm going to tell you why. I got into that. It's not even a court. It's a little room with a few benches looking like a church. Don't you realize the court benches look like church benches? I'm telling you, man, all these things are all tied in. And then they have a Bible in the court. You know what I'm saying? Just like you have a Bible in the church. It's the same thing. It is the same thing. All right. One where you plead your guilt to a made up God, and then one where you plead your guilt or your innocence to a judge. And also the God in the Bible is a judge. So like I said, people don't see what's going on because they're too blind to see. You feel me? And when you tell them the truth, they look at you like you're the crazy one. Okay, it's the same thing. A church and a court is the same thing. All right. So anyway, I sat down. The courts, the supposed judge, because she's not a real judge. They're not real judges. They are magistrates acting as judges, right? So anyway, she started at 1 o'clock. So she called the first the police officer. You know, she called him. So he walked to you know, the judge, put his hand up, whatever. And they were doing like video court hearings. Now, mind you, that was at 1 o'clock. At 1:30, that same police officer was still going through tickets that he issued. At 1:34, that officer was still going through tickets that he issued. At 1:40, I'm talking about 40 minutes of ticket writing this dude was going through. You feel me? And everything was, the people on the video conference call, everything was a deal. Well, okay, you know what? A reduced charge, but the surcharge is this. And yo, it's a hustle. It's a hustle. So when it was all said and done, okay, he left, and then now it's time my turn. So they went. All right. So I'm just gonna use you know, the AKA, right? I'm gonna use the AKA John Doe. All right. So anyway, so the judge was like, John Doe. All right, John Doe, you know. I stood up. She said, step before the podium, whatever the case is, right? Because it's not even really there's no bar. It's literally a desk. They're behind a glass. She have the assistant next to her, and like I said, it's a hustle. Looked like I just walked into a bodega store or into a confessional to confess to the priest. Okay. So anyway, she said, John Doe. I stepped up. I said, John, here on behalf of John Doe. She looking at me like I'm, in fact, even before that, let me just digress a little bit. Even before that, at the first instance with the ID, when I said, listen, I'm not here to take no plea, okay? I'm not a defendant. I'm not a plaintiff. All right. I'm just here to handle the affairs of John Doe. She shook her head like she already know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she probably thinking I'm one of those guys in her mind. You know what I mean? But anyway, so I said, John, here to handle the affairs of John Doe. She was like, so who's John Doe? I said, John Doe is on the ID, but I'm John. That's what I'm known to, my lineage, my family. My family call me John, and I'm of the lineage family of Doe. You see what I'm saying? So it seemed like she was getting a little irritated. Okay. Then she said, what's your name? I said, John. What's your full name? I said, John. I'm known as John to my family. Okay. And I'm of the family of Doe. She said, so you are not John Doe? I said, no. She said, get out my court. I said, thank you. And I left. That's simple. So let them do what they got to do. You see what I'm saying? The point I'm making is this. We got to stop playing games with these people. You cannot be afraid. Okay, you got to stop playing games with these people. Now, I could get it if I blatantly took a light and endangered somebody. You feel me? But the light was yellow. Because you out here hustling, you get what I'm saying? Don't put me in a situation where you're trying to hustle money from my pocket, you know, and then they're talking about, oh, well, you know, police officers are not allowed to make quotas. Now, whether you want to make quotas or not, that's not my business. You feel me? But use your discretion. If I blatantly took a light, then I could get it. Well, you know what? Even if that's not even a crime, you know what I mean? I could comprehend the reason why you want to write the infraction. You feel me? But I haven't broken any laws. So I was ready. Like I said, I have my notice ready and everything, but I didn't even get a chance to do that because they're not giving you a chance to do none of that. So I said, oh, it's okay. I make sure everything was on the record. You feel me? So she told me get out of her court. I said, thank you. And I'm out. So they can't do anything. You see what I'm saying? Now, if they send me anything in the mail with their threats, I'm going to just go down to DMV and give them back their license. You see, like I said, man, if everybody had the mindset and stop being afraid, we would not be in the situation that we're in, where these people, these vampires, these ticks are taking advantage of people. And that's why people are dealing with what they're dealing with right now. People are suffering because these people, all they want to do is take. What does it sound like? Take. It sounds like tick. You see what I'm saying? They are nothing but liches, animals, insects. That's here to suck your blood. And what's your blood? Your blood is when you go to work. Work hard for 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours. You could barely take care of your children. You could barely pay your bills. But they hide it in corners trying to entrap you. Speed limit in Brooklyn is 25. If you do 26, 27, they got cameras taking pictures of your plates. And everybody's cool with it. Everybody's comfortable with it because people are just used to being beat up and just being slaves to this system. Like I said, man, I don't need the license. I only have a license because, you know, when I need to go places and I need to rent a car, that's the only reason why I got it. You see what I'm saying? But if they want to play these games, I'm going to just walk down to DMV and boom, give y'all back your license. I don't need it. And just get a state ID. You feel me? And that's it. You know, but I'm saying all that to say, man, we got to stand up at some point and stop being afraid. You see, fear is what that has us imprisoned right now. It is fear. And I'm not the one. I'm not going to play the games. I'm not going to allow you to come into my ancestral land and milk me like that. Y'all have done enough. It's time for us to take back. You feel me? And I'm going to be a testimony. I'm going to be standing for what I know and who I am. You dig? Because like I tell people, I walk the walk. I don't just talk it. I walk the walk. And I was recording the conversation, but it was real short. I'm thinking like, it was going to be a big conversation. So I recorded it. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, long end of the story is, hey, get out my court. I said, great, thank you. And I was out. You know what I'm saying? Don't come up in here, you know what I'm saying, with your Jewish self and want to tell me what to, come on, man. No, man. You feel me? But I just want to share that experience with y'all, man. But, and by no means, this is not no legal advice. This is not me telling you what to do. That's what I did. I'm just telling you my experience, how I deal with these people, okay? It is really that simple. It is really that simple. Like I said, the only time you break any type of law is when you have harmed somebody or damage somebody's property. No, I'm not saying to go out there and be reckless. No, I was not reckless. I did not endanger anybody's life. All right. The light was about to turn yellow, and I figured I would have made it. And I did make it before the light turned red. I didn't even see red. So how in the hell you gonna come around the corner, pull me over, and give me a ticket? Nah, man, y'all hustling. And I'm not gonna allow you to hustle me. It is really that simple. All right. So what is the purpose of this video? The purpose of this video is just to share my experience. All right. And the moral of the story is we have to stop being afraid of these colonizers on our land. We have to stop being afraid. I don't care what they look like. Okay. They could be green, purple, yellow in complexion. I don't care. Okay. As long as you're a foreigner, a colonizer on my land, I'm not going to let you abuse me and take advantage of me. No, it ain't going to happen. And that's why I keep telling y'all, put yourself in a position where you're able to travel, man. Because when you're tired of this nonsense, you could just take a break and go. Okay, go. Because it's good to have that freedom. I'm telling y'all, it's good to have that freedom because things are going to get worse. And I'm not here injecting fear. No, I'm letting y'all know what's coming. It's going to get worse before it get better. So this is just one of the first video I'm doing today. I got another one I'm putting together. Okay. And then I may do another one. So you might get 3 videos from me today, but definitely 2. But I'm going to start. As a matter of fact, you know what? It might be, I'm looking towards 3. All right. I'm looking towards 3. So the next one I'm going to talk about the recession. All right. And what's happening and some things that could be projected and you have to prepare yourself for. Because like I said, too many people are distracted. They're not paying attention. You know, they're just distracted, man. They're just distracted. And it's only going to hit the fan when you see it on the news. And now it's real. When people such as myself been telling you about it for years. You feel me? So that is what it was today, man. And that's it. All right, that's it. Let me just give a few shout outs, man. You know what I mean? It was going on, Kick Rocks. What it do, Lineage? What's up? What's up? What's up, man? I appreciate y'all, man. We got No Name. What's up, No Name? All right. Let me see if I could yeah, man. These people, they bugging. All right, like I said, I ain't got the time for all that. I ain't the one, man. Hold up. What am I doing here? All right, give me 1 second. Yeah, I'm about to shut this down, Dan. You said. All right. No Name said. You said you're right. A homeless person went into the store barefoot. No one bothered on I, but when I go, they try to kick me out and call the police on me. And ever the security guard follows me around. Yeah, well, just be careful out there, man. You know what I mean? Just be careful out there. Always stand on your ground, but be careful. You know what I'm saying? Use diligence. You did use diligence. All right. All right. Kick Rock said they are court clerks masquerading as judges. Oh, no doubt. I already know the deal. Okay. I already know the deal. So yeah, get out my courtroom. I was like, okay, fine. Thank you. I was out. Yes, they work together to stress us out and complete our life force and deplete our life force. Yeah, that's what it's about. That's what it's about, man. But like I said, we got to be vigilant, and we just got to stand on righteousness and stand on truth, because the evil forces will not win. Their time is up, and they know it. Their time is up. And like I said, we just got to stand firm on what's righteous and what's lawful. And I'm always going to be that way. All right. So just wanted to share my experience with y'all. And I will see you in the next video. I will see you in the next live, which is coming up in a few. All right. Peace.